All right. So, start by introducing ourselves, just for the credits and stuff. And we can put your
Hello,
name.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Mark,
And I'm William.
And we are the
Rising Pints. And we're here at the Shamrock. Have I got the name right?
Yeah, the Shamrock
The
Irish
Shamrock.
Pub in Fushimi, Nagoya.
Yeah, where we performed last Friday. That's the kickoff performance for the reunion tour.
We didn't get kicked off.
We didn't get kicked off. The tour kicked off.
It was a fun night. A lot of people in here. Lots of people came in all during the night. Busy night, fun.
Yeah. But we're going to tell you the story about the first time we played in Osaka. It was the first time we played in Osaka and the first time we played at the Dubliners in Osaka.
Ah, yes.
Now, the one thing that I'm still puzzling about that I wanted to ask you, and you might remember too, is how on earth did we book a gig? Living and working in Nagoya, how on earth did we book a gig in Osaka? Like over the phone? Like we didn't have the internet, we couldn't have emailed the guy. How did we book the gig? Who booked the gig?
It was late on a Friday night. An angel came down carrying several green balloons. And there was a little letter in there. And the letter, when I opened it, it said, "The Osaka Dubliners request the pleasure of the Rising Pints."
Oh. That sounds like a likely story. That
It
sounds like
is.
what, yeah. So we received a formal invitation to perform at the Dubliners.
From somewhere up above.
Right. I'm gonna have to reach out to my lifeline to confirm that story. William, is that how you remember it?
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
All right. Well, I think we're going to have to move on to something with a little more authenticity. So we drove down in Mayumi's car to this gig because that's the only way you could bring all the instruments. You couldn't, for that many people, right?
Yeah, we drove down. I just wasn't sure we were going to survive the ride back.
Okay.
But we can talk about that.
We can
later.
talk about we'll talk about that later. But it was all of us, I think, pretty much packed into one car.
Yeah.
All five of us in her car,
Yeah,
and plus the instruments.
and we guitar, mandolin, bass, percussion, accordion, all
accordion.
this stuff.
And so we played the gig, and
It was
went-
packed.
It was packed.
Was it St. Patrick's Night?
No, it would have been October. It would have been in October of 1997.
Well, for whatever reason, it was absolutely jammed in there. I suspect Guinness was half price or something like that.
Yeah, and it was a big place.
Or maybe they knew. Maybe they knew what we were going to pay.
No. But as the night went on, as the story goes, we got to the end of the show and we're trying to wrap it up, and the crowd was going so wild that they kept yelling for one more song or encore.
This is actually true. That part of
That
it
part
is
is
true.
true.
Yeah. I think we did 5 encores or 4 encores.
Yeah, it was 4 or
something
5
there.
encores.
We were trying to get off the stage, and we'd go back and we played. I can't remember what we played. We probably played Whiskey in the Jar and the Wild Rover
For the
again.
second or third time.
Yeah.
Because we'd played it earlier.
Maybe the polkas.
I know we played the polkas again.
Polkas were
With
a
John
great
Ryan's
dance
the
tune.
bump,
Oh, yeah.
which we used to call the bump song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we finally we were pretty much out of songs. We hadn't really another encore song, and then I said, "Oh, let's do this one right on." I don't think we'd ever played it together before, and I said, "It's only 3 chords.
Right.
It's like A minor, F, and G." And we came out and played it, and it's a much gentler song, and it was like calming the beast, the Guinness-filled beast.
Yeah, either that or it was just so awful they didn't want to hear anymore at that point.
Well, this is
That's
possible, but
possible,
no,
right?
I think
Yeah.
it sounded quite good.
No, I think yeah.
We were a good band, We were well rehearsed at the time, even though we didn't know the song.
We didn't, yeah. But maybe we were soothing the savage beast.
I think we were. if we hadn't played that song, we would still be in that seventh circle of hell, still playing in Osaka in the Dubliners.
So musician's hell is not getting a gig you don't want. It's not being able to leave a gig that you did want.
It's like the never-ending encore.
Never-ending encore. Well, I'm going to give you the last word, William. Anything else you remember from that night or the ride home?
I don't remember the ride home.
Oh, I remember the ride home. It's like burnt into my memory. In that car, you remember when we went down the wrong side of the highway.
Yeah, okay. Mayumi made a wrong turn.
Yeah.
We thought we were going to die.
We stopped.
We were on the wrong side of the road.
We stopped at some place shortly after that, and Mark said, tapped me on the shoulder. Are we gonna make it? And I'm thinking, hey man, we just had 5 encores. What does it matter? Everything's okay. We can die now.
It doesn't get any better than that. Yeah.
We survived, and here we are. How many years later?
20 something, maybe 27.
20.
You lose count after a while.
Many years.
Many years.
Many years.
Yeah.
Many years later. Cheers.
Yeah. Anything else, William? Give me the last word.
Hey, you give me the last word. Osaka was a great night. It is. Osaka. Let's get it in the past. Let's get it in the present
It's
tense.
still there.
Let's get it in the present tense.
Yeah.
Osaka is a great night.
We
Yeah.
are still there.
But there is something we forgot. Everybody say a word about this. So at the end of the night, the manager had literally lost his mind because he'd never seen a band engage the audience and make them go crazy. So he gave us more money.
He gave us
than
more money.
That's
That was Tada-san. He not only gave us more money, shortly after that, he got promoted, probably on the basis of that night. He got promoted to manage the whole Dubliner chain. And we made a lot of money. I made a lot of money for many years, actually, until the Dubliners chain closed down, playing all of those pubs.
Right. And that's why you're going to be paying us dividends with interest.
That's right, yeah.
For all that money that
Yeah.
we now have it on video.
Exactly, yeah. So I'd like to get the money back from the money I spent on the Guinness.
I didn't realize that he got promoted. Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, so maybe that's why he was, he had a good night. Well, whether he attributed us or not to getting a good night, hey, it's all good. Yeah. That money sure would have come in handy if we had died on the way back and needed to have proper burials.
Yeah. I would just like to say thank you to the angel, who brought that invitation.
Yeah.
Who booked the gig?
worked out well.
I must have booked the gig, but that what puzzles me is I didn't have very good Japanese, so I must have tried to call and speak in English, and I must have somehow done it. I guess that's what they call sheer will, sheer perseverance, right?
Yeah. It was an angel.
It was an angel, maybe. And is that how we got the other gigs and the other Dubliners too? Maybe.
I think it was all angels.
It was all angels. Thank you, angels.
It's angels all the way down.
All right. Good job, guys.